Hey everybody, Steve Pletz of Steve Pletz and Team here with your San Diego County, Southern California market update for summertime. So what I want to talk about is a little bit of looking backwards at May. Here's two pieces of information that I think are very important that you know. Number one, in May, in San Diego County, 23.2% of the transactions, nearly a quarter of the transactions, were cash transactions. Nearly 50%, actually 49%, of total transactions in San Diego County in the month of May 2024 went over the asking price. So I just want you to be aware of being able to put your fingers on the pulse of what's happening. So what is happening? Number one, interest rates have calmed down a little bit, but they haven't come down in the way that any of us had expected. So I would say they're kind of stagnant. Now remember, interest rates kind of staying the same is actually a good sign. If interest rates dropped suddenly, that would mean a couple of things. Number one is that means that the economy would not be in a good place. Remember that the Fed uses the interest rates as a way to offset everything that is happening within the market. So if the market is doing really piss poor, they're going to lower interest rates in order to stimulate the economy. So perhaps being that things are kind of staying status quo is a sign that the economy is relatively strong. There is a lot of discussion as we get into this presidential election about what is going to happen. Remember that the Fed does their best in order to stay completely out of politics. So my expectation is probably not too much is going to happen in either direction with interest rates until we get through the election. Now there is this discussion that maybe there'll be one rate cut in September. But we'll see. To me, the big things that are happening right now, of course, we've seen the lack of inventory in the market overall. I was talking to my BFF, Dia, who's over at Escrow Options, and she said, hey, we're not seeing a ton of activity in terms of listings. Where are they? Why aren't we seeing them? The inventory is exceptionally low right now, particularly for this time of year when, of course, May, June, July, that's generally speaking when we see the most activity. The number one quarter of the time to sell your house is springtime. The second best quarter in order to sell your property is summertime. So my hope and expectation is that we will start to see inventory come up a little bit. So inventory has been low. Demand has also been exceptionally low. And I would say if you're a buyer, this creates a very unique time. Hopefully, we start to see a little more inventory come to the market. I don't want to create any kind of discussion that the inventory or the supply is going to outweigh the demand, or that all of a sudden we're going to see extreme amounts, but I do expect we're going to see more. So what does that mean for you as a buyer? There's going to be more options. You're going to have more opportunities to figure out where do I want to be. Also, the interest rates have gotten out of this unrelenting raising. So if there is discussion around a potential rate drop in September, or after we get through the excitement, for lack of a better term, of the presidential election, maybe we'll be in a place where things will drop and you can get in now prior to the market going up in an extreme way. Either way, what I absolutely recommend is that you connect with us. We would love to chat with you and to figure out how you can reach your goals through residential real estate here in San Diego. I hope to see you very, very soon.